In the last week, I have washed my hair 5 times. No, I think 4. Okay, twice as much as per usual, just so I could test out all of these products for you. So if you could just take a moment to thank me and my hairs, most importantly, for doing that. And if you're wondering how to thank me, just make sure that you have liked this video with a big thumbs up and you're subscribed to this channel. That's all I'm asking. Let's carry on, shall we? Extra, extra, read all about it, review all about it. We've got the new Fenty Hair, which means it's time for a first impressions review. Plus the deep dive after several trials and tribulations. Stay tuned. The sisters, Mel and Amanda, traveled a very long way, all the way to LA to get first dibs on trying out the new products from Fenty Hair.
Everybody in this room you're gonna be the first people to touch, to feel, and to experience Fenty Hair.
We even saw Rihanna herself, but don't let that think that's gonna steer us from giving you guys an honest review of these products.
A lot of people, when this came right out the gate, were very skeptical, and they clocked Rihanna for wearing a wig, thinking, sis, why do you think I'm gonna buy a product line from you when you're not even rocking your natural hair? To which she quickly clapped back with, because her hair looked so beautiful, short, but so beautiful. The curls were blonde and poppin' at the Fenty launch party. Fenty Hair is all about strengthening. It's strengthen as you style, which honestly I love, because
I love that.
I mean, if we look at Rihanna's track record, she styles her hair a lot. Maybe it's not always her hair. I'm sure, you know, a lot of it's wigs, but in general, there's a lot of manipulation there. And the more you do to your hair, the more you need to repair. They're cruelty-free and vegan, as they should be, but they were made with a hair-conscious detail of being repairing throughout the line. Very important. We're gonna see how the stylers especially are going to be able to style our hair. Amanda's got longer, coarse hair. I obviously have much shorter, finer texture.
And as you know, Mel is a stylist, so she's really gonna help us break down all the ingredients in these products to let you know if they're worth the price or not.
I'm very excited. We haven't even smelt these yet. Let's get into the shower and try the first product. So let's go in the order that we would use these in our routine, starting with the most important product in your whole routine, shampoo. If I were to describe this shampoo in one word, I would say surprised. Okay, 1 pump. Everyone knows the rules. Okay, we're gonna see if a little bit can go a long way. And I wasn't expecting this baby to be clear. For a shampoo called the Rich One Moisture Repair Shampoo, described to give hydrating reparative benefits while gently cleansing all hair types, I was not expecting for it to, 1, come out clear, and 2, give me such a good lather. Now this is a sulfate-free shampoo, and one of the reasons why I love sulfates in a shampoo is because they do give that lather, which doesn't necessarily mean you're getting a better cleanse, but it gives a better user experience. And my experience here right now, it's distributing. Wow, y'all, that is one really nice creamy lather. Let's quickly touch on the packaging. I like that we're getting 10 fluid ounces. I feel like it's a nice size bottle, but most importantly, this pump gave me the perfect portions per application. 1 pump gives a nice amount too. I like that. I feel if you are using more than 1 pump of shampoo, you're just using too much and you're not using it correctly. Let's go in, make sure I get the crown. This is where a lot of people neglect. And also back of your neck, okay? Nasty. I feel like it genuinely gave the right level of cleanse while also being hydrating and conditioning. Again, it distributed super well. I could almost see myself detangling with it. It does claim to bolster smoothness without silicones or without too many conditioning ingredients that will make the hair feel weighed down or even like it has buildup after cleansing, especially if that's your only cleanser. Now, I wouldn't recommend this to be your only cleanser. You should always have at least 2 in your rotation, 1 more clarifying and then 1 more hydrating or conditioning. This is definitely on the more hydrating side, but again, without being too heavy.
It does feel really silky, and considering I do have a lot of product in my hair, it's actually setting up on the first shampoo really well, which is not typical for me, especially after a week of lots of styling and product. I'm liking the shampoo, and I can definitely see myself leaving it in the shower specifically for the scent. The scent is amazing.
She said what she said, and she was impressed. I would say I think this could work for all hair types, but again, that applies to hair. And when it comes to shampoo, you want to really focus on your scalp care. So if you have certain scalp conditions, then using a beauty shampoo isn't gonna do it for you. Okay, we want to focus on those scalp concerns. Skin is different from the hair. And if your skin is sensitive, be aware because yes, there is that fragrance in there. The fragrance is pretty strong. It's actually one of the reasons why I personally like the products in the whole line. I was a little on the fence at first, but the more I use it, the more I've worn it, the more I've become obsessed with it. And just because we're here, let's quickly go over those notes, shall we? The scent is properly described as being luxe, rich, and bright. It is the scent of a new era. It's a signature warm, ambery floral fragrance that drips you in sparkling yuzu, golden amber, soothing florals, indulgent vanilla, and creamy sandalwood. If I were to describe it or compare it to another product line, perhaps, no, I wanted to say it has the same warm amber florals as like the Eva NYC signature scent, but it's definitely brighter. You're definitely getting that citrus element, which I love. Yeah, it's definitely addicting. It's definitely a big selling point for me. And again, just going back to the shampoo, it did give a really nice luxury experience because it didn't make my hair feel bad. I felt cleansed, refreshed, and did I mention it's also color safe? If you didn't know, no, this color is not growing out of my scalpel. I know. Oh, do you see these edges? Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. So what do I rate this shampoo? Do you hear that? Do you hear that? This product that is packaged in 100% PCR aluminium and recyclable aluminium. So what do I rate this shampoo? This may be bold, but I want to give it a high, I think 9. She does what she says she's gonna do and she's doing it flawlessly. That's how I feel. That's how I felt. I appreciate you. And most importantly, it's something that I can see myself continuing to use. That's the main thing here. You're coming home with me. Let's move on, shall we? Because I regretfully did not have the same feelings towards the Rich One Moisture Repair Conditioner.
The Fenty Hair.
Maybe I shouldn't talk in here. I'm gonna voice this over. This is the Rich One Moisture Repair Conditioner. I'm gonna use it after shampooing with the Hotel Shampoo, which does have sulfates. This line from Fenty is sulfate surfactant free because of the bad rep that they have for being too stripping on the hair. But what better time than to follow a sulfate shampoo with a rich conditioner, right? Well, unfortunately, I fear that while this melted in the hair, it didn't quite give me the silky feeling that I was expecting. Condition where? You know, not that it wasn't conditioning, but it didn't give me the main thing I look for in a conditioner, which is slip. Now, how a product performs on your hair, how conditioning it feels, how well it distributes that slippery feeling is going to differ depending on the formulas and depending on what your hair's porosity is like. Different conditioning agents are going to react in different ways. And to this product's defense, there are very few conditioners that are silicone free that impressed me. And yeah, this one did not make the cut. It's just something to note. It didn't help with detangling for me, and I'm basically bald. Like, I have no hair here, and my sis there had a very similar experience as well.
And the conditioner didn't have much slip at all.
Yeah, it didn't give me that silky vibe.
No, the conditioner, I put it on, I was like, this does not make me want to leave this in my shower. Like, it's just okay, you know what I mean?
Instead of silicones, they're using 2 primary conditioning ingredients in this product. Pentramonium chloride, which is found in almost all of your conditioners. Just check the label. Now, while this doesn't have silicones in it, it does have a high level of glycerin, which is, of course, hydrating. It's a humectant. It's going to draw water into the hair, which if you want that at any step in your routine, it is now in the shower. Later, not so much, and we'll touch on that with the stylers. But besides humectants, which are our hydrators, besides the Replenicor 5, which is giving a lot of the strengthening element, it's giving the proteins, amino acids, the conditioning ingredients that are going to help give that softness, the smoothing, the slip, in my experience, just don't work with really high porosity and dry damaged hair. If you have high porosity and dry damaged hair, ingredients like, okay, benzimonium chloride, good. But see this brassica metapropyl, wait for it, I'm on my science shit, okay? There is brassica metapropyl dimethylamine. You know what I mean? This is another conditioning agent. It's found in a lot of silicone-free conditioners that, again, in my experience, isn't giving the slip, the coating, the conditioning that high porosity hairs need. So I don't love it for high porosity hair. And then low porosity hair, because there is a pretty high amount of vegetable proteins in here. If your hair is super healthy, I would be aware of that, and maybe this isn't the right product for you, right? Hydrolyzed proteins, I like to consider them like supplements for the hair, because when our hair is damaged, the natural proteins in our hair degrade. We lose the quality of them, so we want to replenish our hair with proteins when we need repairing. If you don't need that, which if your hair is low porosity, it's healthy, you don't really need that. This isn't something I would use regularly. Therefore, it's not really something you would need at all. All that being said, this one didn't impress me. I give it, I fear it's a 4. A 4. Let's move on to more, shall we? On a more positive note, the Richer One Moisture Repair Deep Conditioner gave me everything I needed. It gave me much more conditioning, much better detangling, and much better slip for my high porosity hair, and overall gave me, well, everything I could want out of a conditioner, including, shockingly, but a more runny texture. Many deep conditioners can be very thick and heavy in feel, which is why they may feel too heavy on some people's hair, but I actually find that this felt lighter, at least in texture, compared to the regular moisture repair conditioner. Now, one little pro tip I want to give regarding deep conditioners in general is that they generally aren't much different than a normal conditioner. The ingredients in both of these products are quite similar, but the deep conditioner has the addition of more emollients called esters that tend to give more spreadability, more of a slip factor to the product, which I feel like we can just see, you can certainly feel, and therefore they might make the hair feel a little bit heavier. But if you ever feel like a conditioner is a little too heavy for you, I truly feel like you can customize your experience by just using less, and when you distribute it evenly throughout your hair, not leave it on for too long, and make sure you rinse it out thoroughly. Definitely don't want to leave it in too long, but the safe range would be like 5 minutes.
It doesn't really say how long it is recommended to leave this on. I'm only seeing these images here with instructions that say to apply it onto wet hair and then rinse.
Maximum 20. There's nothing else for it to do beyond that time. Because the reality is, you can treat any deep conditioner like a regular conditioner if you really wanted to. So this was much more favorable to use. You get more product out of it as well. And it's actually listed at the same price as the regular conditioner. A lot of deep conditioners are listed as more because they're giving you more, they're deeper. These have the same price, but you're getting more product, like, okay, 1.5 ounces, 40 mils in this product, but still, this is something I could see myself using every single wash, and considering I usually only wash my hair like twice a week, this wouldn't overdo it for me. But in the last week, I have washed my hair 5 times? No, I think 4. Okay, twice as much as per usual, just so I could test out all of these products for you. So if you could just take a moment to thank me and my hairs, most importantly, for doing that. And if you're wondering how to thank me, just make sure that you have liked this video with a big thumbs up and you're subscribed to this channel. That's all I'm asking. Let's carry on, shall we? A rating, shall we? I'm giving the deep conditioner an 8. You 8. Why not a 9? Oh, actually, I think I gave it a 9, to be honest. I'm giving the deep conditioner a 9. I said it. Both of these, 18. Okay, this will be sticking with me when I want to smell this amber, warm, florally scent, which is probably gonna be often. Honestly, I think it's really sexy. And I think you're gonna last a long time with me as well because, again, basically bowed. And regardless, I did feel like a little bit went a long way. So again, these did it for me. and made up for my unfortunate first experience with the Rich One Moisture Repair Conditioner. Now let's get into the deepest repair that they offer the hair. This is the must-have Fenty product according to Fenty Hair. If you're going to pick up any products from the range, they're saying you have to get the Comeback Kid. According to them, if you can only pick up one, this is the one, because this is the product that has their key hero compilation of ingredients, which they are calling RIHANNA'S 5. It's got a compilation of 5 different ingredients that are packed with antioxidants, amino acids, proteins, what else? Hydrating things, basically a bond repairing type strengthening ingredient. And this ingredients or compilation of ingredients, RIHANNA'S 5, is in every single product within the line. Respectfully, if I'm getting any product because my hair is damaged and I need repair, I don't know if I'm running to Fenty Hair. Like, I'm probably running to K18, to Olaplex, to the big boys in the game, okay? Especially since I do find this product to be a little bit tricky. What is cool, I was reading the packaging to figure out how to apply, and there's nothing to read. They have little, they have little pictorials on the back here. So, it's for everybody. Although I honestly looked at the pictures and I didn't quite understand. But there's also a QR code, so I simply scanned that and it took us right to the product page. As an instant damage repair treatment, you are to apply this on hair that is shampooed and not conditioned. So this replaces your conditioner on the days that you need a little extra repair. And you can either leave it in if you need even more repair, or rinse it out. And we're gonna use it one way on one half of each of our heads. Should we put on the whole head and then rinse one half? No. So let's go in. I'm gonna take a quarter size amount or so.
It looks creamy. Okay, so we're going up with a dollop each.
Okay.
No, it's quite thick. It's not running down. It feels nice. Do we use more, or that's enough?
Well, you have a lot more hair.
Maybe I'm gonna use a little bit more. Just using a little bit more for my longer, thicker hair.
And what told you that you need more product?
I don't know, I just feel like it feels a little bit naked.
You couldn't feel it through your hair.
Not entirely.
And that's what we want. When you're using a leave-in product, you want to feel it through the hair. But remember, this isn't just a leave-in product. This is a treatment. So there's a variety of different ways that you can use it. When we left this in the hair, however,
I could just say right now, this, I might have put too much product on this.
Or is that the side that we have the treatment in?
Yeah.
Okay.
It feels...
Well, why don't you scrape some out?
I think I need to scrape some out because it feels like, I already feel it like weighing down. Like my hair feels heavy on this side.
All right, remove. We must always account for a little bit of user error. It does have very rich ingredients that can be very heavy on the hair, like castor oil, shea butter, coconut oil, and more. These are definitely not ingredients that work for everybody with, 1, finer textures, and again, 2, healthier, lower porosity textures that just don't need this level of sealing and repair. So this isn't going to be a product that works for everybody. And I'm not saying it didn't work for me, because I do think that the curls looked nice. They were bouncing already when they were wet. They were popping. But I do advise that you use sparingly or just rinse out completely. Ultimately, I can't see myself reaching for this very often over my salon brands that have proven bond building technology, because while they say they are bond building, we're not sure how exactly. What they have listed on their website to give them the bond repair technology is from chia seed extract, which chia seeds are very nourishing to the hair, but it's not quite bisaminopropyl diglycol dimaleate, you know? If you don't know, that's the main actually proven bond building ingredient that's in Olaplex, which the price of Olaplex products to these, very comparable. And if you wanted a product to leave in, I would either say get the number 9 if your hair is very fine and light and you need something like a serum, or get the number 6. It'll give you something more rich, more of a cream, similar to this, but with better bond building. You get this if you're a true Rihanna fan. Again, you love the smell and you want a full lineup of products. But that being said, if you do have a whole lineup of Fenty Hair already, every one of these products has their RIHANNA'S 5 in it. And so I'm not sure you're gonna need whatever extra you're gonna get from this on top of the rest of the routine. You know what I mean? It's just not for me. I'm gonna give it a 5. Speaking of 5, we have the protective type 5-in-1 heat protectant styler, which again has the Replenicor 5 ingredient combo in here. This with the additional benefits to protect, you're getting 450 degrees heat protection while also being silicone free. The whole range is silicone free. They have a bunch of ingredients they've eliminated due to popular demand and popular request. Marketing, okay, we love. She's giving the people what they want besides an album. It's fine, it's good, good. However, I will mention that silicones happen to be the best heat resistant ingredients. So if you are looking to use a heat protectant for perhaps a silky press, then, well, let's just try it out, shall we?
Let's try it.
This is my mom's hair, which is actually quite thick and a medium texture. And I still applied super sparingly in small amounts, adding a little bit more as needed because I wanted to make sure that I was thorough with the application to truly get the protection I needed, which I felt like was fine for the blow dry. But ultimately, due to the nature of this formula, it being a lotion versus a spray, it is going to be challenging to ensure a proper thorough application without it being greasy. So I don't know if I would reach for this if I were flat ironing, even though it has the heat protection. User error could leave you unprotected. So be aware, especially if your hair is finer. If you are on the medium to coarser texture of hair, then I think you're okay, but I didn't apply too much of the product because I fear it would definitely be too heavy if I applied more, but I'm also not confident in like straightening your hair with just this in because I'm like, how well is it really in there? But just the blow dry, I mean, it does feel nice and soft. Or diffusing. Diffusing is technically heat styling. If you're using high heat, which we're doing, no shame in that. I'm sorry, I don't have the time. I don't have the time or the patience. And if we want to diffuse, all we have to do is apply a little bit of this before we dry. So we're going to use this, like we said, to prep all over. I don't know, let's see if this is going to be too thick for someone with really, really fine hair, right? Like,
no, it feels really good.
It feels really good. That's really good.
For me, but I have really thick hair.
Exactly. Because it's a cream, and because, like I said, you want to be very thorough with the heat protectant when you're applying before heat styling.
If you have thin hair, I could see.
If you have thin hair, this is gonna weigh you down.
Yeah.
You're gonna need something that is more of a spray.
Yeah.
That you can evenly apply that won't have as much weight. This,
but for me,
it feels nice.
It feels really nice.
I have actually liked using it as a prep product because I do like using heat when diffusing, and my dry, high porosity hair does like using creams. But this can be kind of greasy and heavy, let me tell you. The hair is extremely moisturized.
Extremely moisturized.
Not only just to the touch, but to the point that it wouldn't dry.
It was taking forever for my hair to dry.
It easily took probably like double or more than it usually takes. Application is going to be key. This is a product that you would want to use sparingly, but also not if you are using heat somewhat aggressively, if you are going to be ironing your hair. You want a thorough application of this product, but using too much of this is going to make you feel greasy and may weigh your hair down. It's just the nature of the product. I don't recommend this for really fine, thin hair types. But if your hair is on the thicker side, I did like it. Now, that being said, I would like if it also gave UV protection. Rihanna's an island gal, you know? And if we're giving protection here, like the 5-in-1, let's just make it 6. Why not? UV protection is just something that is very important to me, ironically, as someone who sees the sun for maybe a third out of the year. So, yeah. I hope that Fenty will come out with more protecting products, maybe a lighter version of this, something with a spray applicator so that it is more versatile. But until then, I can't give this a high rating. It's getting 5 because I did like my experience with it. It's just definitely not for everybody and it could use some improving. Let's keep it moving. The HOMECURL. This is Fenty's curl defining cream, which I used in a variety of different ways. I'm gonna do a quick finger dip. It's not runny, it's got this like gooey stringiness.
It feels really nice.
Well, can you shut up so I can gather my own thoughts?
I'm just telling you what I think. It feels really good.
Fine, I'll say it. This is what I wanted from the conditioner. The first time we used this, we applied it on top of both the Comeback Kid plus the protective type. So with this on top, it was like 3 creams too far gone. The hair has definitely felt lighter, although I don't know if it's ever felt softer.
First impressions, I feel like a little bit of this cream goes a long way.
Well, I haven't applied any more than my little finger dip. I hope I've applied enough, but I already have other stylists in my hair.
I have been literally just touching the lid and putting that much, which is nice. We love that. And my curls are looking really good already wet.
No, they actually are. So you can just tell.
Yeah, like while you're styling.
How they're springing up. My hair.
Look at how spirally my hair looks right now.
Listen, Amanda's re-wet her hair about 17 times throughout this entire process. I have not at all whatsoever. I am very much a damp styler, and sometimes I let it go too damp, and then the curls, they don't bounce up as much because they're already starting to set, dry, stretched. You know, like the hair needs to be wet if I want it to get that good bounce back to it. But this, first of all, it's holding on to its moisture well, and 2, I can really see the curls defining and bouncing really nicely. And that's the thing. With a curl cream, you're gonna get softening. You may get some curl enhancing and definition because at the end of the day, a curl, especially a dry curl, loves moisture. Moisture, hydration, that's what makes a curl actually curl. It turns a frizz into a curl. So I do feel like this cream, because it is very hydrating, did help with defining, but also very softening. And here's my issue. When I use this product completely on its own, without the use of any additional hold, this is where the cast is at. It definitely feels soft. Like the more I touch it, the moment I touch it, it's gonna fall apart. Let's hope it doesn't fall apart. I want hold after I take out the scrunch, the crunch. You know what's nice? It feels so heavy when you're applying it. I'm like, ooh, I'm scared. But it doesn't feel heavy now that it's dried, at least this time around. I was very sparing with the product. It doesn't leave a residue on my hands. They're not crazily packed with a million different types of oils. The shine is super there. You cannot deny. And I personally like how soft and clean it feels right now. But I do feel like I would need more hold. But we're testing this on its own as a styler, so let's see how well it will hold up in humidity, because it's what it's supposed to do. Shiny, defined, moisturized curls that stand up to humidity. I'll keep you posted. It provided my hair with a soft, touchable feel that unfortunately did not last, or in my experience, hold up in humidity, contrary to what it says. And I was afraid of that happening because glycerin is the second ingredient in this product. As I've mentioned, glycerin is a humectant. It will draw water to itself or pull water away if you're in a very, very dry climate, but more often than not, in a very humid climate, it's going to draw more water to your hair, which is going to give you frizz, and it's not going to hold up in the definition department. Now, just having glycerin in a leave-on product doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be doomed in humidity, because there could very well be other conditioning, emollient, humidity blocking ingredients in the formula to help balance out that glycerin. I just didn't see it, feel it, or eventually believe it, unfortunately. And I'm not even in the deepest of humidity. So for all of my swamp girlies, I would not rely on this product solely. I think it could be good if paired with a gel, possibly, because if you are in high humidity, you're gonna need a much stronger hold. And again, try to stay away from too high of humectants in your products, especially if your hair is high porosity. This hair that you see was the result of my final testings. This full routine was the shampoo, deep conditioner, the protective type all over, and the home curl defining cream on both sides. But on this side, it was just the curl cream. Not bad, but it is a little bit fluffy, and this is only day 2. Oh, and I did also refresh a little. Like there's some ends you can see look a little really defined and a little crispy. I forgot I was coming on to film a review, and I refreshed with a little bit of foam. I used this one just to let you know what I used, which I think the scent paired really nicely with the Fenty. This is the Pattern Palo Santo Curl Mousse. I just used that on my dry hair. Back to Fenty. The cream didn't give me the hold that it needed. So on the other half of my head, I did want to experiment with the jelly type. This is their Stronghold Gel that Fenty specifically released. It's on the packaging. It's to be used for slicking, for smoothing, for creating those sleek styles. This is not meant to be used for a wash and go, but of course, me being me, I wanted to see how much versatility we could get out of this styler. So we use this in every single way. Oh, and I realized I didn't rate the cream yet, but because we'll get to it in a second together. We use these together. I'm gonna give their ratings together, okay? During our first impressions wash, we simply scrunched this in our ends, which is a way I like using gel when I really just want to create a coating on the outside, like an outer shell. And I feel like we actually had the most success using the gel in that way. When using it wrong, incorrectly, because it's not meant to be used like that. Do not mix, or it will curdle on your hair like this, okay? But it was better just scrunched in as opposed to brushing it through. That's what I did on this half of my hair. On top of the curl defining cream, I took small amounts of this gel, which may I note leaves a very seaweedy feel. CBD, that's a word now. Sounds like I'm saying CBD. My back is gonna need some of these. A seaweed-ish, strange, slimy feel on the hair. This is a sensory nightmare for me right now, I'm not gonna lie. That tends to happen with a lot of gels. I'm not 100% sure, but based on my experience, I believe it's the PVP ingredient in the gel that tends to create that feeling when it's going on wet. To me, it is not pleasant. But nonetheless, I brushed small amounts of this gel through each section of my hair. And this type of journey goes one of two ways. You're either one, getting more hold because you're brushing through the gel and it's really coating each and every single strand. So sometimes I find that when you're brushing through a gel, it can feel a little bit stringy. But on the other hand, because you are really distributing it through each strand, it can get diluted and lost in a way. It just doesn't have the same effect as creating that outer shell when you just glaze and scrunch it on, which is my preferred method of using hair gels 90% of the time. So anyways, that was just to experiment with this and to show you that I found it to be a fail. I actually think the cream on its own performed much better, and I was not alone in that. Well, do you notice the difference in the sides? This side looks better compared to this side. This side is just the curl cream. This side is the curl cream with the gel, and I brushed them through. The gel is not made for a wash and go. So this is just a great lesson to say, follow the instructions on the packaging. When we use the jelly type Stronghold Gel as intended to create more slick styles, I did a couple slick back, half up, half down hairstyles that I found did a nice job at slicking the hair without it feeling too crunchy and with the hair still being flexible. Like when I removed the ponytail afterwards, see how flexible it still is? I'm shocked. That indication didn't quite give me a Stronghold vibe, but I did personally like how it didn't make the hair feel too crispy. And that lives up to their claim because they do say that it gives crunch-free hold. They also say that it adds shine, and I don't find it to be the shiniest gel. When we use this product basically solely on Amanda's hair to create a wet look just for funsies, again, not quite as intended, not exactly a slick back pony, but still a slick look. I really worked this through the hair. We set it completely under the dryer, but I don't feel like it gave us our best results. Didn't give us the shiny wet look that I was hoping for. I am grateful that this product didn't dry out the hair for a gel. I don't know if it's really gonna be a go-to or worth it. Like, I think there's much better gels that are out there. So this is another product that I think I'm going to rate perhaps, like it's small too. Like, it wasn't bad, it just wasn't like, a 4 feels harsh. So I'm saying 5, but I want more. I want more. Now, the Comeback Curl Cream, I will give a little bit more of a higher rating because I can see myself using this more because I love the smell of these products and because I love how long lasting they are. and therefore I want to leave some extra of that in to get even more of a long-lasting feel. I'm gonna give this a 6. I would give it a 7 if I feel like it held up better in humidity, but I fear it did not. But that's not a concern for everybody. This is a good amount of product. I feel like a little bit went a long way, and it did give me really nice results. I am moving on because we only have 2 more products left, and we'll introduce them together. Hello. You're in control. We have the controlling type hair thickening edge control gel, as well as the side slick 3-in-1 edge defining tool. Let me just start with this. I really like this. Feels like a very luxurious edge styling comb. I love this metal detail in this tip. It is dangerous, but very, very precise. Will be great for defining, parting. You can do a lot of different things with this, okay? Don't get too imaginative, okay? And then I like that we have the comb as well as the bristle brush options here. Listen, as you can see, based on the way I tested all of these products, I love a versatile multi-purpose product. So this is a very nice little tool. It does retail for 27 Canadian doll hairs. So it's a little bit pricey, but it has like a lot of weight to it. It feels expensive, it feels luxurious. Ooh, it pulls apart. I didn't know that. Is that supposed to, wait a minute, maybe that's for cleaning. Looks dirty. I don't know if it's actually supposed to come apart like that. Anyways, it's ergonomic. It's got this little thumb grip here, so you can have more control when using the tool, especially if your hands are a little bit greasy. They've got a lot of product on them. So I do really like this, especially if you are an edge designer. I don't style my edges very often for a few different reasons. One, I don't love using products on my scalp, especially even close to my face. Like, I don't want to break out in any pimples per se. I will say that I have not had that issue using this so far. I will say that this has a lot of tact and it is very thick and it applies very nicely. It doesn't leave me with a white cast and it's not crunchy. There's one thing I know, it's that crunchy edges are just a nightmare, not what we want. While it's not crunchy, I will say that it does have a little bit of a greasy feel. It's a little greasy, so there's that. And thankfully these aren't crunchy, but it still gave me hold, personally. It feels hydrating, and again, it has the Replenicor 5 key Fenty Hair ingredients, which is going to help give you a little bit of strengthening, some extra nourishment, which these little fragile baby hairs really need, especially if you're gonna be doing some intense slicking and styling. But ultimately, I can't personally speak too much to an edge control gel. I just don't use them that often. I don't have a lot to compare them to. I don't have a super coarse, dense, tight texture that would need a lot of control when using a product. Like, I can almost just use water, okay, and gel if I really wanted it to hold and stay. But my hair is easy to mold. And while it's enough to hold my hair and my very fine edges, I don't know if it would give enough hold for really tight textures like 4C curls. You're gonna have to listen to the Tight Naturals for those reviews. So for me, I'll give it a 7. I think. Probably not gonna use it too much. Might give it away to like a family friend. But the brush, I'll keep using. This I'll give an 8. And overall, as a full Fenty Hair, like a launch review. Like, let's review the actual launch. We went a very long way just to get first dibs on these products so I could give you my full and honest review. I think the party was fabulous, a little chaotic once she came out and everyone was like fighting to the death to see her. I think they're killing the marketing, 10 out of 10. I love all the cute packaging. I think that they nailed the look. It's very aesthetically pleasing. It's very easy to use. I love the little features with the textured caps so you know what you're using. I think the little pictograms and the QR code are ultimately a good thing because realistically, products and ingredients, they change. I love that this QR code will always take you to the website. And so you can read full details there because the font on here is already small. If you can't see it here, you can just easily see it on your phone. I thought that was a great detail. They're cruelty-free and vegan as they should be, but also very earth conscious. Between the recyclable aluminum packaging or the plastic jars, which are still made from 50% PCR plastic and are still recyclable. I will add, not overdone. Like, okay, we have this flap, but there's no unnecessary caps that just add a ton of plastic for absolutely no reason. I kind of like this. And ultimately, I feel like Rihanna thought of pretty much everything so far. I am excited to see where the line will go. I can see myself continuing to use some of these products. I can see myself buying future products, and I'd love to know what you might buy from the line, if anything. We do need a clarifying shampoo, but overall, I think the line gets a very strong 7. 7 because some of the products were like 4s and 5s. But really, when I look at the whole overall thing, the smell, it's an 8. It's an 8 in my heart. Ultimately, in future, I think what's gonna keep people coming back is the scents, because Rihanna just gives that, like, she'll give you a luxurious experience. When you use her products, you just feel like a bad bitch. I feel like a bad bitch, not just because her products are in my hair, but also on my lips. Now, if you want to hear more from me and see more reviews, make sure that you are, once again, subscribed to this channel. I love being able to be your guinea pig and testing out these product lines. If you didn't already see my Beyonce Cecred review and many more reviews on my channel, I'll have the playlist linked to my reviews below. And I would love if you left a comment below saying what other reviews you would like to see from me or any videos in general. I haven't decided on a topic for next week, so this is your chance to come through with a request. I look forward to seeing you then. This has been your main girl Mel and my sister Amanda, and we are out. Peace. Oh my god, is it recording? It's not recording.
That's what it is, recording.
Where do you see that? 1.
Extra, extra, read all about it. That was probably so annoying.
What are you looking at?
Just making sure we're focused.
Right now. Don't stress me out like that.
I don't know.
Okay.
If we're not focused, I'm so sorry. Go on, because I can't see anything.
Okay.
Go together.
Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go. Hello. Goodbye. Don't hate me. I know you're a bad gal, Riri. No, but she's staring right at me. I needed to keep. I needed to give. I don't give. Oh no, oh no. Did I miss it? Oh no. What time is it? Oh, my Duolingo lesson. I didn't do my Duolingo lesson. 11:58. Fuck, do you think I can do it? Fuck. Shut up, load, level up, start challenge. Strano. Okay.
Hay paura cuando dormi qui.
Scared when you sleep here. Sento un rumore vicino molto strano. Come on. Okay, 5 in a row, let's go. No, I'm not gonna do it. No, I fucked up. I have to use a streak freeze. I fucked up. See, if you started your lesson before 12, they should give it to you. Look, I got a Sephora ad. You're listening to me, aren't you? I used a damn streak freeze. I hate it here. That's what happens when you work hard. Loafed all day. Fuck. Okay, let me grab that conditioner. Where was I? I'm fucking sweating on my upper lip from that Duolingo lesson. Absolutely not. Absolutely. Thank you so much for watching. We did it. We did it without the camera dying. Before 1:30 a.m. Like, come on. I feel like I really plowed through that. If you have been sitting here wondering what is that stunning lip color, I am wearing her velvet liquid lipstick. This is in the shade The MVP. This is the famous liquid lip that she wore at the Super Bowl. And I haven't touched this up at all while filming. I think my lips feel a little bit dry. I could probably use a little bit of a... Let's end this bad boy. I cannot yap anymore.